All right, guys, this is the evening stretch. Same stretch we're doing at camp. Easy, it's about 6 or 7 movements. So we start with the first one. First one on the ball. So actually, I'll tell you, the first one is our little back bend. And if you don't have a ball, then you're gonna use a couple towels. So a couple towels here, nice and easy. And you want them basically above your lower back. You want them right at the bottom of the shoulder blades. So the bottom of the scapula. So this coming back here is not what you want. So this might be too intense. So you want to move it to the middle back, right? So now you're kind of at the base of the shoulder blades. It's a little bit less intense. Here, you can have the legs bent if you want. You can straighten if you want. Breathing. Should not be hurting the neck at all. And the idea is really just to relax and to breathe and to soften and to kind of unwind from a long day on the bicycle. So if you want to be here for 30 seconds or 1 minute or 2 minutes, and if it's too intense for you, if you get back, you roll a blanket up or a towel. If it's too intense for you, you can always move down. If you come a bit away, just a couple inches, and then back down. You see a few centimeters, maybe less intense on the spine. So you just have to feel it out. Sitting on the ball, you guys know this, we're doing it always. Lie back, put your head down so you're supported by the ball, and then gently coming back. Right. The further your head is, closer your head is to the floor, the more intense on the spine. The closer your hips and tailbone are to the floor, the easier it is on the spine. So you have to decide what feels good, right? What feels like a good stretch, supposed to feel good. If you want to let the arms go a little bit, you can let the arms go, and they might come to the floor and they might not, it doesn't matter. The idea is to kind of find your stretch. This is more in the shoulders, a little bit more in the middle, upper back. Feels good, it's supposed to feel good. So again, 30 seconds minimum, but really in this one you want to start maybe 60, 90 seconds, 2 minutes. If you can do 4 minutes, what we're doing at camp is 4 minutes. So it's good, nice, easy, deep stretch. Down, always good to time. So you're coming down, easy, right? And the first thing to do after that is to twist. So you kind of just take an easy twist to one side. Yes. And when you're twisting, you don't want to be rounding and twisting. Tilt the pelvis forward, lift the upper body up, and then turn and twist. And then switch sides. A few breaths in the twist. So instead of here, you're here, lifting up and then turning. Just making the twist more efficient, kind of squeezing out toxins from your system. Next one, lunge, easy lunge. So I always take part of the mat and I fold it over and I get some padding for the back knee. You can also use a little towel or a blanket and opposite leg forward, and make sure the front foot is more forward than the knee or just below the knee, but not here. This, yes, you're going to get a bit of a stretch here, but that's not what we're doing now. Here, this stretch is for the hip flexor on the, whichever your side is your first side. So you just kind of ease into it here, right? Breathe, set it up, relax the shoulders, take a few breaths. And again, anywhere from at least 30 seconds, but if you can, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, okay. You don't want to overstretch, so if you feel like you're overstretching or stretching too much or you're in it and it starts to get painful, any pose, anytime, if it ever goes into pain, back up, right? But also relax, so shoulders are relaxing. You can also come down here, that's totally fine. If you're up here, it's going to feel a little bit more deeply in the psoas, which is from hiking, running, cycling, same all kind of get really deep skiing. Anytime your knee is bent, the psoas is contracting, so you want to open it up a bit. Good. After your time, whatever it is, 30 seconds, a minute, straighten the legs, straighten the front leg and flex. So now you're stretching the hamstring. Here, if you actually start this by lifting the foot up with the knee bent and then start to straighten, it's going to be a deeper stretch, right? Breathe. And here, 30 seconds. So as long as you want, right? And then you switch sides. Same thing, other side, just to show you, right? Front knee here, relaxing, sinking down. And I always try to kind of feel it, let the sensations kind of guide you into the pose, into the stretch. If it feels like it's too much right away, then definitely back up. Like some of you guys that are tighter, it's just, as soon as you feel it, it's gonna go, it's too much. So back up. No big deal. The ultimate idea is to relax and breathe and soften. You ultimately want to give your muscles more space so that they can be free to move. So it's creating efficiency in your body. So here you're lengthening the connective tissue. The muscle, you got the big beefy muscle. It's big, fibrous, red, lots of blood moving through it. When the muscle connects to the bone, it turns into a tendon that's white and rigid and not a lot of blood flow. So here, you get into that part, that region of the body, the tendons. Breathing. And then release. So again, your choice. 30 seconds, 90 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Flex the front foot. And then gently start to straighten. So the next one, you're sitting in between the feet. So if you're more flexible, you're bringing your knees together a bit, your heels apart, feet apart. Take the calves a bit down, out to the side, and then sit in between the feet. So if you're more flexible, you're going to sit here, not a problem at all, right? Then you can lie back a little bit. So you're initially stretching the quads some and the knees a bit. So if this is okay for you, you're going to go lower, maybe back onto the elbows. Some of you will go all the way back down onto the floor. I'm not feeling super flexible at the moment, so I'm not going to do it. So always know your limits. If something's too much, back up, right? And again, here, breathe, relax. So you're going to stay for 30 seconds. You're going to stay for a minute, 2 minutes. I'm going to give you just a couple of modifications. If this is too intense for your body, you're going to sit on a couple blankets. So put them down, bring them underneath your tailbone. Much easier, not as intense, right? But if you're tight, this can be intense. So you want to find the balance and find the proper thing. Also, one other thing is if the back, the top of the feet are hurting you, then you round the back of the mat up. So you're rolling the back of this mat up here, like this, then here, then sit down. That relieves some of the pressure there, right? Good. So find your spot, whatever the modification or props you need, you do it. Okay, then from there, downward facing dog. So come up, take a moment here, fingers are spread, palms are flat. You just want to stretch one side, breathe. Other side, so you're bending one leg, pressing the other heel down. At the same time you sink the heel down, lift the sit bone up. Good, and then we go into what they call butterfly pose, or show you facing this way. From here, sinking down, or frog pose. If you know frog pose, you can do that, but basically all you're going to do is sit right here like this. Lean forward a little bit, If you need a bit more of a stretch, all you have to do is use your arms and gently press down a little bit deeper. You're gonna go nice and deep, so just relax and breathe. So, pigeon, you're in downward facing dog. Take a moment, bend the left leg, push the right heel down one side, and then switch. And I'm going to do the left leg forward first, so you take it here this way so you can see there in the camera. So you're stretching outer glute, hip underneath, piriformis a little bit, hamstring, IT band, the whole thing. So here you go again, 30 seconds, 30 to 90 seconds at least, and then maybe 2 minutes, or even this one you can be here for 3 minutes, 4 minutes. So just relax, let the feet go back, head is down. So there's a difference, just so you know, there's a difference between here and having the foot straight forward. If it's straight forward, you're gonna get a stretch and it's gonna feel good, but you're gonna get a nice deeper stretch if it's out to the side. So that's ultimately where you wanna be. Good. And then you change sides. Simple. So again, you have to time yourself. So this is just showing you the poses, and then you time yourself. Come back, switch sides. Pigeon, opposite side. Same thing, moving the hips back a bit, knee back a bit here, making sure it doesn't hurt the knees, both sides. If it hurts the knee at all, I'll give you a different option in a second, but if you can, other side, relax, breathe. And again, 30 to 90 seconds minimum, maybe 2 minutes if you can. Downward facing dog again. Stretch. This is different. So you get the same stretch without knee pain. So you bend both knees, you bring, let's just say, let's start with the left ankle to the top of the right knee. Bring both things back if you can reach the hamstring or the shin ultimately. But so one hand goes into the triangle in between the legs, other hand goes around. Head stays relaxed, gently pulling down, forward. And again, stretching, same thing. If it hurts the knee even just a little bit here, all you have to do is flex the foot. So bring the toes back, dorsiflex, right? And then from here, gently stretch. All right, so come on down, shake out the legs. We do an easy forward bend and then a twist. And then you rest. So take the butt a little bit out to the side, helps tilt the pelvis forward, flex the feet back. And then you're just gonna come forward and hang forward. If this hurts your spine, then you don't wanna round the back, right? You wanna lift up, lean forward so you keep the back straight, flex the feet so you're stretching the legs. You could even possibly maybe move down a little bit, stretch further. You don't want to do is round only if it hurts. If it's fine, then it's fine because you're not straining the back. And then you just relax. And you might be here, you might be here, eventually maybe here, and soon enough all the way down. So just relax and breathe and let gravity do the work. So again, about 30 seconds. This one, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, totally fine. And then, all the way back, we take an easy twist. So lie back for a moment, let the spine, give the body time to kind of loosen up. Right. And then from here, pulling that right knee in, give it a good squeeze. Rolling over to one side, gentle twist. So nice to kind of bring the whole body down, the knee down, and then go back so you get a nice deep twist. If it's too much, when you bring this hand back, if it's too much on the shoulder, put the hand on the rib and then just take a few breaths. And then switch it. Same thing, other side. Pull the knee in, give it a good squeeze. And then roll. Great, then come back and totally relax. Just take a minute here, 30 seconds, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you want. And again, so as long as you want, stay there. And then when you're done, always nice to just come up and cross the legs. And just take a moment here, bring the palms together, take a moment of gratitude for every breath. Sometimes it's nice after that just to spend a little time just in meditation, right? You're kind of relaxing, breathing, and allowing the mind to slow down. So you give the mind one place to focus, you relax, spine straight, breath smooth, hands wherever they're comfortable. And even if the mind is busy, if it's bouncing all around, eventually it slows down. So don't worry, just sit, breathe, relax as much as you can, and eventually it gets easier and easier. And that's it. Namaste. Excellent job.